Oh, hello all. Welcome to my channel. This is Luca the Lightworker, also known as Luca Lomi. Welcome to my channel. If you are a returning subscriber, hello. And if you are new here, welcome. I hope all is well. I have gotten some really crazy downloads, and I was inclined to share some of them. So let's dive right in. One of the most recent downloads that I got was really specific. So please take what resonates and leave the rest. This might be for someone that you know, someone that you're connected to, or, this could just be story time for you. The download that I got, these were some key points. The song that I heard was Big Pimpin'. And the part that stood out was Big Pimpin' up in NYC. So New York City is really important. Austin, Texas, Atlanta, Georgia, Puerto Rico, reality TV might be significant. The names Jones, Jim, and Jalissa were important. So I saw someone missing a flight from Austin to Atlanta, Georgia, and there were no flights. It was a limited scheduling for the day. There was this really odd feeling of hopelessness, stress, distress, this feeling of overwhelm. There's a feminine energy. I saw a masculine as well. So there was an apartment somewhere in New York, maybe Austin, maybe even Puerto Rico. There was also a hotel room. In this hotel room, it was full of hair products. So I don't know if somebody's a hairdresser, but it was specifically curly hair products. So that may be significant. Curly hair products and temporary hair dye. The energy that I was getting is that somebody is needing to disguise their identity. I was picking up on fraud. Somebody might be a big fan of Love and Hip Hop New York. That was significant. And like mistaken identity. I saw a receipt in the hotel room with those 3 names listed on them. So I don't know if that's significant, but take what resonates and leave the rest. Anywho, what do we need to know about this situation, Spirit? Tell me about this situation for the Divine Collective. What do we need to know? Occupation? Pathway? Imprisonment? Unexpected income? Thoughts? Definitely some weird vibes that I'm getting. Somebody's caught up in something illegal. This may be a hairdresser, that does natural hair specifically, or curly hair. Why does that always happen? I swear. Oh, bro, you can't make it up. So the 2 cards that fell on the floor, Fake Death and Beach. Maybe that's a coincidence, but I'm going to shuffle them and put them back in. So Fake Death and Beach may be significant. So maybe somebody in this energy has faked their death. Maybe they are planning on faking their death, or this is something that they did in the past. Tell me about this occupation. A caregiver. Maybe this person is a nurse. A nurse is significant. Road. Natural disaster. So this person was supposed to be taking care of something or someone, and whatever pathway they took is leading them to some kind of natural disaster. Water may be significant. Tell me about the pathway. Homicide. Desert. Social media dismemberment. What? Somebody may have deserted someone. The hotel room was empty from what I could see, so somebody, this could be a literal or a metaphorical unaliving, maybe spiritual. Maybe something's coming out. I'm getting, with dismemberment, I'm getting like something disjointed. Maybe somebody's putting together the pieces when it comes to an unaliving. I also got, while I was in the shower, I got a download. There was like a little thing that said 3M. So $3 million may be significant. 3 unalivings may be significant. Yeah, that's what I got. 3Ms. 3Ms. 3M is a brand, so adhesives, some kind of company that manufactures, like some kind of manufacturing company. Maybe somebody was left in like a warehouse. Oh. Tell me about imprisonment. Assassination. Somebody might be going to jail or they're in a mental prison because of this. There's knives here, so knives may be significant. Something more. Power supply. Water. So somebody might be in their emotions about losing access to a power supply. And the power supply could be monetary because I was getting fraud. Somebody may have multiple identities that they use, is what I was getting. Yeah, very weird, very random. But somebody may have multiple identities that they use. I was seeing an empty apartment in New York. It was pretty nice. It kind of, what it reminded me of? It reminded me of the that Janet Jackson video from Nutty Professor. It doesn't really matter what the eyes see because I'm in love with the inner being. Maybe somebody wanted to have somebody overlook the fact that they were under an assumed identity, or somebody was presenting physically as something that they are not, or someone that they are not. Ooh. Unexpected income. Healing. 11:11 on the clock. Love. Revenge. Every time I think this is going to be like, oh, maybe it's, more positive. All right. So somebody was definitely wanting to heal a situation, maybe a payoff or a payoff was significant. They're wanting to heal a situation. Maybe this is a love situation because somebody was trying to get revenge on them because of a love situation. So maybe this is like a breakup gone super, super awry for an individual who apparently as to unalive people. Maybe this is like a Black Widow, hitman type of person, Sicario vibes. That's the energy that I'm getting. But somebody gets paid top dollar to harm people, possibly lead them places. Now somebody's in their emotions. Maybe they did this to the wrong person, and now somebody is getting revenge on them. And here we have imprisonment again. So this is giving actual jail. So tell me about the thoughts. This is a feminine energy, or your feminine energy that somebody's thinking about. Your family or somebody else's family may be significant. Abuse and neglect. So a female, oh man, okay. A feminine energy may be in trouble for neglecting a child. This may be a female child, or it may be a female who is in their thoughts about some kind of neglect or abuse. Or this may be a female family member that's in their thoughts, or somebody's thinking about how a female family member abused or neglected someone. Someone may be wanting revenge because someone received money possibly to inflict some kind of abuse or neglect on a family. Something's being picked apart on social media. Maybe somebody's abandoning their social media pages because something about an unaliving is starting to surface. So maybe someone is piecing together the who, the what, the when, and the how is what I'm getting. Wow. All right, tell me more about the caregiver. Somebody may have been doing spell work on this caregiver, or the caregiver is the person that was doing spell work, possibly on somebody's occupation, or they were using, or this is like a practitioner. A practitioner was doing spell work for a caregiver, or this is what the caregiver does for work. What's this natural disaster? Oof. I just want one please. Just one please. This is somebody's parents. Somebody's parental units were paying for spell work on somebody's occupation, and now they're in a natural disaster. Tell me about this homicide. What do I need to know about the homicide? Oh. This is a cult or some kind of organized crime group that cleared out a path for somebody to be able to unalive someone, or this is what this cult does. So maybe they use magic to unalive people. Somebody's parents, a caregiver, was responsible for doing this, or this caregiver, this may be like their work that they do, is doing spell work to curse and hex people, and they're part of this group coven association. Maybe this group association is being looked into. Somebody may be deserting this individual. So they also bind people's finances and their love life. This is spiritual. They do spiritual work on individuals to have them deserted, possibly even doing spell work on people that are close to individuals, to have individuals to want to cause harm, to possibly unalive someone. Tell me about the social media. Okay, so something in reference to some divine feminine and their spiritual gifts. So you may be this divine feminine, or just there's a divine feminine in the energy, an empress energy, that their social media posts possibly are being picked apart. And this is what's shedding some light on some kind of unaliving that was enacted by this group, this coven, this association, this cult. Tell me about this imprisonment. A Capricorn is of significance. So this may be the person that was unalived, or this is the person that may be going to prison in reference to some kind of assassination. Tell me about the power supply. Tell me about the power supply. Oh, yeah. Victim, sorrow. So the power supply may be the person that they unalived or the person they were trying to unalive. They are in grief over what they've done because they are potentially facing prison time from this assassination or assassination attempt. All right, tell me more about this unexpected income. So we have spiritual rank, and then it was in the reverse. So someone may have paid someone to try to level up in their spiritual rank. Maybe they felt like they were lacking in some way. This person may have lost spiritual rank because of something that happened with an individual that they may have harmed. Somebody's healing. Maybe someone wanted to get revenge because somebody was healing their love life or healing their heart space. I've been getting a lot of heart space stuff lately. So let me see. Tell me more about the healing. Yes, healing financial blockages. So from your heart space is where you're able to manifest abundance. So as you're healing your heart space, you're able to remove these financial blockages, which may have been part of the spell work that these individuals were doing. Maybe you have, they may have been trying to unalive you to take or acquire your spiritual gifts. So maybe you have some unique spiritual gifts that individuals were wanting to have control over or acquire. And this is what this coven does, this group or coven. We have corruption and bribe on the bottom. So this coven does this. They clear paths for people to unalive individuals, to steal spiritual gifts. I'm getting spiritual inheritance from Empress energies, goddesses, feminine energies, their abundance. Tell me about the revenge. Yeah, so also financial blockages came out in the reverse, FYI. So that's interesting. All right, revenge. I was like, oh, Capricorn energy. All right, so demonic, nefarious, diabolical bondage. So somebody diabolical wanted revenge for you healing. Yeah. They wanted revenge from you healing. So this could, even if it's not a Capricorn, maybe this is something that took place in Capricorn season. So maybe over the holidays, maybe Christmas, New Year's, something started to heal for you. Something started to change. Something started to improve for you. And they no longer had access to. So one of the ways that people are able to energy harvest is by causing you distress. And one of the most easy ways to distress someone is to cause them financial blockages. And then, they do whatever rituals they do to be able to harvest off of your emotions. And that can come in many, many, many forms. But just on a spiritual tip, that's one of the ways. And so we have mind games and manipulation on the bottom. So somebody was manipulating you, possibly emotionally or financially, to try to get some kind of revenge for the purpose of stealing your spiritual gifts and possibly even unaliving you. So tell me about this family. What about the family? Oh, quagmire, setup, entrapment. So this family was set up, or the family is the one that was doing the setting up, possibly of a feminine energy, this Empress. They may be in their thoughts about this. Why are they in their thoughts? About this binding juju that they were doing on a feminine energy. Tell me about this abuse and neglect. Yes, theft, robbery, embezzlement, etc. So this is the abuse. This is possibly financial abuse. So here in grand larceny, fraud, fraud. Yeah. So that's what this family was doing. A family was binding a feminine energy, doing mental magic, working with some kind of cult or coven. A Capricorn is significant. That's possibly facing jail time. Somebody's social media is being picked apart. This person with the spiritual gifts. Maybe you post about what happened to you or something along those lines, but somebody's parents are in a disaster because of this thing that they decided that they wanted to do. So, let's get into my meat and potatoes over here. This is my little handmade deck that like really lays it raw. Really dive in. So let's get some info on this really quick. What do we need to know? All right. Somebody's a sociopath. Alrighty. Somebody was trying to copycat you, possibly a sociopath. They were trying to frame you. Somebody that you might have had great sex with. Spirit wants you to tell your story, so your social media is significant. Something is significant about the month of August. You may be a Leo or a, what was it, Cancer? No. You may be a Leo or a, was that Virgo? Or this month may be significant. Somebody's been sending you negative projections. A fake marriage might be significant in this situation. Somebody may be having to resign from some kind of organization or association. You may be feeling disconnected, or you disconnected. Maybe you're the power supply that disconnected from these individuals, or a Capricorn of significance. This is karmic justice for you to be able to live your life and get away from these individuals, whoever this is who has been energy harvesting off of you. Oh, somebody's been passing around an incurable STD. So possibly within this cult or coven. The month of February is significant. So Pisces or Aquarius. You escaped from this situation. All right, there's magic that's backfiring. So all this binding magic and yeah, all the binding magic is backfiring on them. The cursing, the hexing, so on and so forth. Everybody's struggling right now. All righty, a grandmother is significant. So that caregiver individual, this grandmother may be the individual that's a practitioner. This person may be African American. Tell me more. Alrighty, let's see. Springtime may be significant. A practitioner they paid sent magic to them instead of you. Somebody was using a karmic person. So maybe the individual that I was getting that was in that hotel room. This may be the karmic individual who may have been copycatting you. This is the individual that was being used by somebody else. Maybe this is a Capricorn, or the Capricorn was a person that was using this individual, or you may have a Capricorn parent, or a Capricorn is a parent. Somebody's going through the dark night of the soul. Maybe this was you, or this is somebody else that's in your energy. Alrighty, the cycle has ended, possibly of you being lonely, being rejected, and you're going to be taking a trip, or somebody's taking a trip to Club Fed. Look at that. That wrapped up really nicely.